Hello everyone, so here back to paint the rest of the miniature, and maybe will be the last series of the video with the Gellerpox. So in this case we are going to finish some details like the trousers, like the fly, finishing the lens that he have on the head, and well, finishing last touches on maybe in the skin and the rest of the miniature. Maybe I finish some more pieces like the horns or the claw, but for the moment we are going to start for painting all the areas that are still being in black. So let's start to prepare the palette with a little bit of white and black. In this case, for white and black, the two of model colors, I think they are the more neutral. I really like the black is not brilliant, it's an intense black, and the white it's white and it works perfectly. Also the density and all of this, and the bottle of Vallejo, for me it's better to keep the paints always wet. So let's start to make the mix. Putting, it's not a 50-50. Okay, this is like 60 or 70% black and 30-40 of white. And with this gray I'm going to start to paint the hair of the fly. Okay, I'm not going to use a dry brush because I don't like this technique to paint, just to try to get some different effects. And I'm going to start just very carefully. Okay, just painting all the hair. Try to not paint between the hairs to keep the black of the prim. And we will start with this, and then I will go grabbing the light to get a clear color every time more clear, unless we arrive to the limit of the hair. And here on the other side the same. Just try to not paint all the hair, okay, where the hair start growing, just close to the fly. I'm not going to paint it, I'm going to keep also this point in black to create more transition of the light. Okay, let's keeping. One time we got all the first layer of black or gray, sorry. I'm going to start to add a little bit of white to the mix. On this time we are going something like 50-50, and now I'm going to do the same but going more carefully, just painting with the point of the brush. Okay, following like we done before, just keeping a little bit more not keeping, just painting a less area than before. This is what I'm going to do in all the hair. Okay, so the hair will start in black, in dark gray, medium gray, clear gray, and will finish in almost white. Another option is just make a full gray layer, okay, and then you make a wash of null oil, the black wash from Citadel, and then maybe a dry brush just from the half of the hair to the end. It also can work if you want to go faster. In this way, you will see that it's not too much time to painting, and the finish and the result of all this area will be more cleaner than I told you just now. Okay, trying to paint all the hair. Okay, here I'm not going to use the daylight, I'm going to paint all the hair everywhere on the same way. Here you will start to see the transition and the grade of the color, okay, because we are now going from half of the hair to the end. So here with the third mix, as you can see on down here, 17 and 30%, okay, you can start watching how the gray is going every time more clear, and also how all the hair, every single hair, starts to be more visible to the eye. Then if you want here, I think arriving to this point, you can leave it like this, or you can start, or you can do a use a last light on the point of every single hair. I think I'm going to do one or two more lights. It's very important to have a strong brush that can keeps the point always in the same form, and to give you more precision when you are painting little and teeny details like this. Okay, and now without fear we are going to add a little bit more of white, okay, like, well, exactly the proportions I don't know. You can see here the palette, but maybe we are on 80% white and 20 black, but it's complicated because the black always is very intense when you mix it with white, and you are going to see always gray. But well, we keep the same process every time, painting less area than before. If you look at it closely, you will see all the points where the paint is going to another color, okay. Well, we are not working to a high standard level. We are working to keep a tabletop with a very good quality, and some of the transitions, and when they are in this kind of teeny details, they don't need to be super clean. You will see that this kind of effect to it in all the kinds of hair. It looks very impressive to the eye, and the effects at the end, it's very very interesting. Also, it's important when you are painting these kind of details to not charge too much the brush with paint. Okay, so you will keep the control. You have to keep the control about how many paint you have on the brush, because if you have many too much, when you put it, maybe it will put a lot of paint in some small area, and then you will have a lot of problems to clean it. Okay, we are here just working and almost in a small dot, just to create the last spot of light. Something interesting about the hard transition that this hair have, and all this light and dark on the hair, okay, like it makes look it more stronger hair, and we are talking about a giant fly, so I think it also will work cool with this model. Okay, some more dots on the other points. As you can see, the dot is almost white. Okay, I'm just adding a little bit of black because I don't want to put it pure white on the light on this miniature. Okay, just few dots, and every single hair will be visible now to the air. And when you have this kind of detail on a miniature, on general, it will start looking very good. Okay, every time I clean the brush, the water that it start keeping when you dry it, I don't dry it very hard. I always keep a little bit of water on the brush, so in this way you are always thinning the paint. I will make tutorials on the next month explaining a little bit how the dilutions and how to thin the paint when you want to get different kind of effects or purposes. Okay, now I'm going to finish the wings of the fly. In this case I'm going to use the pastel green. Okay, as you can see it's a very clear green color. It is from Model Color, and I'm going to make a clear base to play with a wash. Okay, in this case I'm going to use the Athonian Camo shade from Citadel. Okay, and I'm going to just apply a regular base to all the wing. Maybe I will need 2 layers to keep a strong base, because the color is very clear and the base is black, so it's always hard to get a first layer without any kind of different color. Also, I love this green to find some Nurgle effects, because it's a very clear green but not going to a brilliant green. It is dark, it keeps a pastel tone that is really good for makes some details and some effects. Okay, this is almost done. Just be careful to get all the area you want to play with the wash. And I think we got this. Okay, for the eyes I'm going to paint them red, of course, because I want them to give a dark area, okay, and a grim looking. I'm going to start with the gory red from Game Color, okay, from Vallejo, and this will be the base. I'm going to try to not make a full regular base, okay. I'm going to start painting just on the top, and with the brush, as you can see, I'm going to making the brush strokes from bottom to the top, so at the end of the stroke is where it leaves most of the paint. So in this case I'm doing this to start creating a transition, okay, going to the top, going to keeping the daylight as we have painted all the miniature. Here I'm going to do the same. I'm going to make a very hard a light transitions on the eyes, okay, because as you know, the eye of a fly, there is always a tons of small eyes inside the big one. And for the mouth I think I'm going to use I'm going again with the Sombra Purpura from Nocturna. This color of Nocturna, I think I didn't told you on the other videos. It comes in a set. Nocturna have different kinds of sets that they come with 8 or 10 colors. I'm not sure now, and there are very good sets of color, because they come with a very different tones that normally people don't use, or you don't paint it only. And when you got this set, you got different colors to combine them, and it's very interesting. If you can take a look to some of these sets, I really recommend you. Okay. We keep the other areas drying, and we can start painting all points of the fly. In this case I'm going with a very clear of gray, okay, almost like on the hair. I'm going to start painting the claws of the fly. This is more more closely as how I paint. I never wait to dry some area, and I keep working bases on different areas and working lights on different areas. So this is another way to get a fast painting. It's just keep working. If you got clear what you have to do and how you want to do it, it's just keep painting. Okay, all that single clouds it have on the arm. It's complicated to see because it's a little bit hidden. Now I'm going to use a gray, just a little bit more darker, to paint all that little clouds he have all along the arm, just to get them a little bit more of volume. If we want to go very fast, it doesn't care. We can forgive, or we can let some of the details just unpainted. All the details of the miniature have to be painted. Some cases maybe with two different layers, but this is what gives a true life to a miniature. Okay, we are going back to the eyes. In this case, I'm going for the second layer with color red. I think I used it before here, and I really love these colors just because the kind of bottle, like the old bottles from Citadel. It's a very dense color. To for layers and basing, I think it's one of the best color gammas. And we keep painting it as daylight. Okay, starting a little bit on the top, and then as we are going down the eye, I'm just going to put different dots. Okay, I will keep doing dots to give that sensation of the fly eyes. Here you can see the first I do is put the maximum light point on the top, and then on the under the eye with a little bit more thin the paint, I just go with small dots very randomly. Then as we are going to put in more lights, it will give more life to these little dots, and you will see that kind of effect that we are looking for. Okay, and now for the next step we are going for the scarlet red. Okay, from model color. This is mostly of my reds. I always use the same: the gory red, the cador red, and the scarlet red. The scarlet, it's a red that it works perfectly for make lights, because if you want to make light sometimes with red and you add some white, maybe it starts to go to too much pink. If you add orange, it starts to go too much to a very orange color. And this scarlet, still being red with a little step of orange, but you still seeing it as red. And as you can see now here on the camera, I'm just working now on dots. Okay, just a little bit more on the eyeball on the top, and then under the principal light, the main light, I'm just adding small dots. Some of them are bigger than the others. It's okay. And arriving to this point, to the scarlet, I'm going to add white. Okay, 50-50. We don't care now if it's a very different color. I'm going to start making and drawing the form of the eye, and he the same. Okay, there are like two small lines on the top, and it makes perfectly this last bright on an area of an eye. 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 And now you can see as all that form of the A ball. It's very visible, it's very clear, and it's very effective. So I think it works perfectly in this case. In the model we are painting on. This one is going. This one I'm painting this one a little bit more faster to show you different ways and techniques to paint it. But in future miniatures, I'm going to paint them on a highest level, okay, trying to keeping this velocity that I'm trying to show you. So there will be different techniques, so you will always have new content and different content on the videos. Okay, for the clouds, I'm just adding more white to the mix, okay, as we have done with the hair, but just now I just want to cover more area. Here on the last cloud, I'm just adding a little bit point on the ones in the arm. Here I'm adding the white on the top and then at the end, to keeping that effect of daylight that we are looking for the miniature. As you can see here, I'm not even moving the brush. I'm just pushing the point, okay? Because there are very teeny areas. Okay, I just mark the point where I want to go and then I push the brush. Because sometimes moving the brush in very small points or details, it's complicated and it can have a very sad ending. Okay, now I'm going to use a darkest gray to paint the abdomen of the fly, okay, all under the belly of that small and sick insect. And here you can see. The red is going to be on the top, so always the brush strokes will finish, they will go to the top, okay? Always remember that when you want to put the light is where the brush strokes have to go. So in this way you will start always working, looking for that effect. Just a little bit. And under the mouth a little bit more. Here we are going down just to keep drawing the form of the fly. Maybe there are too much gray on the fly, where it's a fly, so they have to have she needs to have this kind of dark and green colors, okay? We got the green of all the skin, we have the gray of the hair and the red of the eyes. Then I will finish the mouth, and for the moment I'm just going to give a second layer to the wings, and after that I can apply the wash without problem. And for the moment this will be all this video, and we will see on the next one. So bye bye.